Sylveon. It just has to be the cutest thing ever. Like, it's my all-time favorite Pokemon, and everyone loves it. Starting as Sylveon in the anime, just amazing. Sylveon in the games, just amazing. Sylveon's Pokemon card, just amazing. Sylveon Shiny, maybe even more amazing. Just, everyone loves Sylveon. But I guess there is one exception. This guy. So this is Prof. Sir. And I'm gonna be reacting to him. So yeah. And he pretty much hates Sylveon. So yeah. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate him. He makes a lot of funny content and I actually like his videos and stuff. So yeah. I don't hate him or anything, but I'm just gonna react to him today. Like, he can have his opinions about Sylveon. Have your own opinions. I'm not gonna dislike you just because you have a different opinion than me. So, yeah, I'm just gonna react to him. So, this video is titled, Do People in the Universe Hate Sylveon? Well, I don't, but I guess there's maybe like a few select people who do. But Sylveon's amazing. So, yeah.
I'm back. Hello trainers, my name is Professor, this is my assistant Ditto, and today we're going to be talking about Sylveon.
He literally hates Sylveon, but has a Sylveon plushie. Like, a ginormous Sylveon plushie in his room. That just never made sense to me, really. I mean, why would you have a plushie of the Pokemon that you hate?
Again. But unlike previous videos where I try to redesign the poor thing or where I talk about how much it doesn't fit in with the other evolutions, I'm standing by that, by the way. We're going to be taking a look at the history of...
How does it not fit in with the... Sylveon fits in. I think it fits in. I mean, there's probably worse evolutions, like... I don't know. Really, I like all the evolutions. Like, I like their designs and stuff, and they're pretty good too. But Sylveon's just the best. And plus, I have an Eevee. And plus, I had an Eevee who evolved into Sylveon in Legends Arceus, and it's like my strongest Pokemon on the team.
Sylveon. Some speculation on where it came from, how dangerous these flesh ribbons really are, and is Sylveon
dangerous? Well, I'm just gonna watch the video.
Actually worthy of being called a Dragon Slayer? Let's find out. Before I get started, I have something to show you. Wow, look at that. It's the book that I wrote. That's right. I, Professor, the funny man that lives in your phone, wrote a freaking book. It's a parody of isekai, if you're familiar with that genre of anime. Basically, someone gets magic to another world and they get to be super powerful. Except, rather than going to just a fantasy world, the main character becomes president of the United States. Hijinks ensue. It's got my brand of comedy, but also
I'm just gonna skip this one.
Say in content. Now, without further
I'm sure
ado,
it's a cool book,
let's
though.
get on to Sylveon.
Longtime fans of the channel know I'm not the biggest fan of Sylveon. No duh, Professor, you've only got a video on this platform with millions of views where you talk about it. I know, shut up, Ditto. Regardless, today we're reviewing Sylveon and its history, as well as figuring out once and for all if it's really the nuisance I claim it is, or if I've just been leading everyone on all this time. Starting with Sylveon's backstory. Originally introduced in Pokemon X and Y, longtime fans...
But, like, I am kind of suspicious of him, but, like, it might just be a ton of satire, and maybe he just doesn't hate Sylveon, but just tries to make videos that are, like, satire that's against Sylveon, even though he likes Sylveon. I don't know how to explain it, but let's just watch the video.
Fans of the Pokemon series were incredibly excited to get a new evolution, which for all my new trainers means evolution of the Pokemon Eevee. We didn't know it at the time, but as of the time of writing this video...
I remember when people used to think that Sylveon was a bug type. Like, I don't see it. Like, it doesn't look like a bug type. The only type I could, like, see it as was, like, before the fairy type came was the psychic type. Because, like, honestly, I couldn't see it as any other type, but that's pretty much the point with evolutions. So, yeah, let's watch the video.
Sylveon would be the final evolution we ever got, leaving us with 4 really iconic evolutions, 4 okay evolutions, and then Sylveon. I'll let you guys figure out which is which in the comments. At first glance, it's obvious why Sylveon stands out so much compared to the other evolutions. For starters, the eyes. Those big, blue, terrifying insect-like eyes. And I'm not just being a jerk by saying that. The eyes are literally the same color and style as most bug types. So, not...
Honestly, I agree with you with the bug type eyes, but I don't really care. Like, Sylveon still looks cute, and I like the eyes and stuff. And the eyes are what makes it cute, so yeah.
On that one, Game Freak.
And all the ribbons and pink and stuff.
Another, and arguably the most iconic thing about Sylveon, are those flesh ribbons. Yes, I said flesh ribbons. Okay, so they're definitely covered in a thin layer of fur, but that doesn't change the fact that Sylveon is rocking some cutesy tendrils that it uses to influence the minds of others. Yes, I'm not kidding. Sylveon is spoken of in almost every Pokédex entry as being capable of influencing the emotional state of other Pokémon and even people. Now, to be fair, they do suggest it's to diffuse confrontational situations, but come on, there's gotta be at least one malicious Sylveon out there. The reason for this is Sylveon, unlike most of the other evolutions, evolves when you forge a solid bond of friendship with your Eevee, so long as it knows a fairy-type move. Unfortunately, this means that certain trainers have lost out on Vaporeons, Jolteons, and Umbreons, all because they thought Baby Doll Eyes was a good move to have on hand in case they encountered a Dragon-type trainer. Speaking of which, I actually had this very thing happen to me during my very first playthrough of Pokemon Shield. I was leveling up this Eevee I'd found because I wanted an Espeon, because hairless purple psychic cats are doper than a fresh-cooked meal.
Oh yeah, and I got my Sylveon and Legends Arceus by total surprise. Like, I didn't even know what I was gonna evolve my Eevee into, but then, like, apparently my Eevee knew, like, Cute Charm or something like that, and at the middle of, like, I don't know, battling Pokemon or something, it pretty much just evolved into Sylveon. Like, I thought it was going to evolve into Espeon or Sylveon since it was day, but it just evolved into Sylveon. But less about my Sylveon and more about
after a hard day's work. To my surprise, my Eevee began evolving on its own sooner than expected, and despite being the closest thing to a real Pokemon professor the world has, I let it evolve to see what I was getting. I think at the time I assumed it would be like Pokemon Go, where it was a coin toss on which of the original 3 evolutions I'd get. But oh, what horror I felt, seeing that pink monster smiling and looking back.
Pink monster? Sylveon's not a monster, Sylveon's a perfect angel. Like, just look at it. And I would love it if I got a Sylveon, but you have your own opinion, so sure.
From that moment on, and I don't know if it was just the game's AI not knowing what the heck to do in S.H.I.E.L.D., but that Sylveon got in my way numerous times. I'd be sitting there, trying to have a cute moment with my awesome ice hedgehogs and dragons, and freaking Sylveon would jump in front of them and steal the ball I was throwing around, or get in front of them the moment I decided to whistle and try and get one of my other Pokemon's attention. Freaking annoying, man, I swear. Interestingly, this seems to be a real-world problem that other players have faced, especially among younger fans who have no idea.
Aw, poor Sylveon's getting hate. Sylveon's like the best evolution. Don't get hate, Sylveon.
That you can cancel an evolution. It's for reasons like that that Sylveon has become a bit of a hot topic in Pokemon since the time of X and Y. On one hand, you've got fans of Sylveon claiming it just wants to be loved, and getting a Sylveon should be seen as an unexpected blessing.
It should be seen as that. Like, just look at Sylveon. Like, how can you not love this thing? Like, if the Pokemon universe was real, I would go catch an Eevee and evolve it into Sylveon. Like, that's like my all-time favorite Pokemon. Like, yeah, like... So, let's watch the video.
While on the other side, you've got everyone else who just wanted a cool night cat and feel cheated out of it. This is a bit random, but I also want to mention Pokemon Violet's Pokédex entry about...
I mean, Sylveon was based on, like, this moon goddess from, like, China, with, like, ribbons and stuff, so technically Sylveon's a night cat. And I could, like, see like, a moon-like theme to Sylveon, and I'm pretty sure Sylveon can learn Moon Blast, too. Moon Blast, so it's technically a night cat too. Well, more like Night Fox, since it looks more like a night fox than a cat. So yeah.
Sylveon, which calls its tendrils, quote, feelers, while also mentioning that it uses them to attack its opponent's weak spots. In other words, it's the perfect Pokemon for people who use Twitter unironically. Don't get the wrong idea, though. Sylveon isn't this unstoppable mind controller that no one can stand against. Quite the opposite, actually. Sylveon may hold a type advantage against most dragon types, but they are embarrassingly slow for something that's supposed to be fluttering and prancing about everywhere. And, keeping up with dragons. I've gone against Sylveon players in the card game and in the video games, but let's start with the video games because screw you, it's my video. I always laugh whenever I see someone using Sylveon because it's usually a clear indicator that I'm about to ruin some kid's day. Sylveon's weakest stat is its speed, and as all...
Okay. My Sylveon in Legends Arceus is like the strongest Sylveon on my team. Like, yeah, it got beat by Wolo's Giratina, but just the fact that my Sylveon made it to Giratina, especially Wolo's, like, that just surprises me. Like, even to the point where, like, Giratina went into Origin from Giratina. But then, Giratina just beat my Sylveon. But it's Wolo, like, what do you expect? Sylveon's really strong.
All of you know, the higher your speed stat is, the more likely you are to go first. By the way, Sylveon's speed stat is 60, which isn't bad but not good when you're going up against Pokemon like Salamence, which can learn Iron Tail and has a modest speed stat of 100. But since I know most of you watching this video play casually and none of that means anything to you, I'll tell you this. When's the last time you went up against a Sylveon and actually thought, oh no, the pink one, there goes my whole team? Answer is probably never. In the card game, Sylveon is a whole other monster, and I think this is where its reputation as a dragon killer really comes into play. For current players, you'll know that Fairy-type cards no longer exist. May they rest in pieces, where they belong. But this is not always how it was. A couple years ago, when I was fresh into the Pokemon TCG scene, rolling up against a Sylveon GX deck usually meant I was in for a bad time. I don't want to relive my trauma too much, so I'll leave it by saying that it had a mechanic where it could put 2 of your benched Pokemon back into your hand.
Okay, I've literally never played the card games before, so I have literally no clue what he's talking about. But if you have played the card games before, then maybe tell me what he's talking about. But like, I do want to get into the card games. I think they're pretty cool. Don't know how they work, but they seem cool.
Which is really annoying for someone like me, who likes using support Pokemon on my bench that could power up my active Pokemon. If you don't know why that's cancer, then I'll phrase it this way. Imagine you're building a house, and you're in a competition with a rival house builder across the road. You both want to get your houses built before the other so you can get them on the market, and hopefully score enough money to cover your expenses up to this point. But as you're laying down your final bricks and screwing in that last screw, out of nowhere your opponent mutters some magical something or other, and 2 sides of your house disappear back into piles of bricks, sheets of drywall, and unpoured concrete. You have to start all over, and now you're incredibly behind your opponent, who just sits there and laughs as they finish building their house before you can even reach for a drill. That's basically what it was like going up against Sylveon GX, and that's only one version of it.
Okay, so you're mad at Sylveon for being really powerful in the card games? If you think going against a Sylveon's like sucks or something, then just get like a Sylveon card or something.
I don't want to get too far into it, but Sylveon's almost always been some kind of gimmicky Pokemon card, doing things that won't outright defeat an opponent, but will certainly make them consider conceding the match. But what about in the Pokemon universe, I hear you asking, as you put off cleaning your room and hope your mom doesn't notice? She will, by the way. Well, we've gotten pretty good looks at Sylveon over the course of the anime, but strangely enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, other than it took Serena way too freaking long to get hers. Remember when
Honestly, it didn't take that long. Really.
Accidentally birthed mine shortly after getting my Eevee? Yeah, there should be way more Sylveons in the Pokemon universe than what we see in the show.
And plus, it took a pretty long time for my Eevee to evolve into Sylveon in Legends Arceus, so that's not really a surprise.
In fact, I have a theory that Sylveons are basically an invasive species in the Pokemon universe.
Invasive species? So doesn't that mean that Sylveon comes from Eevee? So doesn't that mean that Eevee and all of the evolutions are invasive species? Even your favorite Nightcat Umbreon? So why don't you hit Umbreon and the rest of the evolutions instead of picking on my cute little gorgeous Sylveon?
Think about it. Most people are trying to befriend their Pokemon, trying to be as friendly as possible because not only does that mean your Pokemon can tough out game-ending attacks so you don't get sad, yes, that is a real Pokemon game mechanic, but it also helps ensure your black hole farting Gardevoir doesn't tear you down at a molecular level just because you forgot to feed it. In other words, befriend your Pokemon. What I'm saying is most people out there are nice to their Pokemon, especially their Eevees, because that's just what you do. Remember, you need a high friendship level to get some of the other evolutions too. But since Sylveons happen into existence more naturally than most people think, there's gotta be hundreds, if not thousands, of wild Sylveons released by their trainers who got something they weren't looking for. Think of the situation a few years back in Florida, where people were releasing their pet anacondas into the wild because they got too big, and now
Wait, what? Okay, why would you do that? Okay, well,
Florida has
doesn't
a
matter,
real
so yeah.
invasion of the snakes problem on their hands, to the point where the giant slithering monsters are eating everything that gets too close, even smaller alligators and rare bird species. I'm not saying Sylveons are going to constrict around their prey or anything like that, but come on. A bunch of salty...
Well, there is this one Pokédex entry which said, like, Sylveon catches its prey with its feelers and, like, pretty much constricts around it and, yeah. But it doesn't matter, I still love Sylveon.
Fairy dox fog things that can control your emotions with just a single touch, running around everyone's backyard, able to evolve to exist in tropical and freezing temperatures thanks to their Eevee biology. Yeah, I don't think people in the Pokemon universe like Sylveons very much either. All of that being said, I can see a few situations where Sylveons can come in handy. For example, as security Pokemon. Think about it. If you've got a Pokemon that can instantly and peacefully diffuse confrontational situations with just a touch, I would have 4 of these babies posted up at every train station and security terminal in the world. Heck, if I was a humble corner store owner prone to Karen invasions, I would use at least one of these things behind the counter to help calm down any angry customers or would-be robbers.
See, it's an extremely useful Pokemon. Don't get why he hates it, but it's his opinion.
Who could say no to that cute face? Besides, yours truly. In conclusion, Sylveon is a pink ribbon monster that likes to manipulate your emotions and tends to just evolve into existence.
Okay, literally no Sylveon does that. Like, did you even watch the anime? Like, showing us Eevee at first wasn't even a monster. Eevee was just shy and it lived alone for most of its life, so it was scared of a lot of people. But then it just became a Sylveon, and it was like really nice. I mean, Sylveon didn't do too much, but I still really liked Serena's Sylveon, and it did like get along really well with Chloe's Eevee when Serena returned to the anime.
Existence without being told to do so. It's also one of the cutest Pokemon in existence. There, I said it. The pink ribbons, the bows, even the tendrils, or feelers, if you want to call them that, it all amounts to a really cute and unique design as far as Pokemon go.
Wait, does he actually like Sylveon?
I do stand by what I've said in the past, where I think it doesn't fit very well with the other evolutions.
Okay, I think Sylveon fits it pretty well. Maybe Leafeon doesn't fit it pretty well. Honestly, I mean, I like Leafeon. I like all the evolutions. But Leafeon, I guess it doesn't fit Eevee too much. And honestly, it looks like it's too typed. Like, I would put, like, fairy grass on it. I mean, it seems like a pretty Pokemon and stuff. So, yeah, the fairy type, yeah. And grass type, yeah. But, like, if you can see Vaporeon, like, Vaporeon looks like a water type, so, like, that's it. Flareon's design, like, it's kind of lazy. It's just an Eevee, but with red and yellow, and puffier. It's kind of like the Dunsparce. So yeah, but I can still give it like a fire type. Like I can just say it's a fire type. Jolteon, the same thing. But Leafeon, like yeah. And like Sylveon, like it actually feels like an Eevee. Actually, it does look a lot like an Eevee. It seems like if Eevee only had one evolution, it would probably be Sylveon. And maybe Flareon, since Flareon looks a lot like an Eevee. But just, I don't know. It just doesn't vibe with Eevee. But,
All
less
of the
about
other
that.
evolutions have a very distinct head shape, eye size, and overall feel to them. Sylveon tends to stand out like a sore thumb. It doesn't
It
look
doesn't
like it
stand out
evolves
like
from
a sore
Eevee,
thumb.
and for that reason, I don't think it looks very good, especially on lineups. I'm definitely in the minority there, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, I want to be clear here. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from getting a Sylveon. If you're a fan of the Pokemon and you want to tell me how much I suck in the comments, please feel free to do so.
Honestly, please don't tell him that he sucks. Like, he's pretty funny, and plus, people can have their own opinions. Just because, like, I say that, I don't know, I don't like Umbreon. I do like Umbreon, but, like, if I say I don't like Umbreon, that doesn't mean that, like, that doesn't mean we can't be friends, just because I dislike one thing and you like one thing. Like, yeah, please do not leave mean comments on this channel.
I'm not here to tell you what you should and should not play with or should not collect, but I am telling you that of all the Pokemon out there, Sylveon is just not the best, and I don't think it's the quote-unquote dragon killer that people claim it is.
If you want to support me beyond liking and subscribing, then pick up a copy of my book, President Troll and the Assault on America. It's available on Amazon now. Make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!
Okay, and the next video we're gonna see is mostly shorts, really.
This thing is a problem. I say that while having this.
Oh yeah, why do you have a giant Sylveon plushie? Like, yeah. I don't get why you have a giant Sylveon plushie and also hate Sylveon at the same time. It doesn't make sense.
It's 2019. I've tried to like this thing, and it doesn't sit with. Let me explain. Let's look at the lineup, okay? Shall we? We've got Electric Boogaloo, Fire Dog, you. Vaporeon joke in my new book on Amazon. Absolutely solid.
Yeah, solid OGs. Just give Flareon, like, I don't know, something that makes it a little bit more unique than just a fluffier Eevee who's yellow and red. Like, Vaporeon has scales, Jolteon has spikes, Flareon has, blue eyes that are still like Eevees, so just make Flareon more detailed.
OGs. And then there's Troncat, followed by Psychic. And
Yeah, I like Espeon and Umbreon. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
this is the moment when things start to click. Pulling out the goods here. This right here was the first Rainbow Rare I ever pulled. Want to guess what my second one was? It was Glaceon, the real ribbon evolution. But Professor, what about it?
How is... Okay, Glaceon, it doesn't even have any ribbons. Like, how is Glaceon the real ribbon evolution if it doesn't have ribbons? Oh, these things? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just a part of its hair. I don't think those are ribbons. So, yeah, I don't think those are ribbons. Like, you can't call it a ribbon Pokemon just because of its ribbon-like hair.
But Professor, what about its aesthetic? Oh, you like themes, do you? Have you considered Leafeon? Actual leaves for...
Well, Sylveon has bows, feelers. It looks like it could be from heaven. Looks like a fairy. Looks like a literal angel. Leafeon. Honestly, Leafeon's not that bad. I mean, it just doesn't feel like an evolution, but yeah, I like all the evolutions. Maybe some a little less.
For ears and a tail? Are you kidding me? We put you over there for a reason. Look at this image.
What did you do? Wait, what? No, Sylveon. No. Scizor, Ditto. I hate you. Just kidding, but no, what did you do to Sylveon?
Look at this image for a second. Just stands out.
I don't think it stands out like a sore thumb. I don't know, maybe Leafeon does. Or maybe Umbreon. Like, those two don't seem too Eevee-like. Sylveon seems really Eevee-like, and Flareon, of course, since it's literally just a puffier Eevee with the yellow and red on it.
It's out like a sore thumb. Even Umbreon fits the theme better. Therefore, I
How does
want
Umbreon fit the theme better? Like, Sylveon just screams Eevee.
to fix Sylveon.
Like, when I was, like, really new to Pokemon, I didn't even, like, think that Umbreon was, like, an evolution. Like, or anything like that. Oh yeah, and want to hear something dumb I thought about Eevee? So, I thought Eevee evolved from Eevee to Vaporeon, and then Vaporeon evolved from Flareon to Flareon, and then that one to Jolteon, and that one to Leafeon, and that one to Glaceon, and then that one to Sylveon. So that's what I thought. That's pretty dumb. I don't know why I
the
thought
glorious
that.
professor, will come up with a new design for this abomination. Check back soon for the redesign.
Okay, I have the redesign videos right here, but we're gonna watch this one too.
Ribbon-like feelers give off an aura that weakens hostility and prey, causing them.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh this, and
I'm gonna eat your family. These are the thoughts that permeate the mind of a Sylveon. You guys know how
Sylveon would never say that.
I feel about this thing. Where once I was reserved, now I am unhinged. The only good thing about this is that they finally acknowledge that it's...
They have a Dark Sylveon card? Okay, Evil Sylveon actually sounds sick, and plus, what's wrong with an evil Pokemon? There's literally Malamar, and the Malamar in the anime tried to take over the world. Well, some of them, but why don't you hate Malamar instead of Sylveon? There's like one Dark Sylveon, and there's like, I don't know, like 50 bad Malamar in the Pokemon anime.
It's evil. Look at him and tell me that you're God.
He may have been his own image.
Holy what the fetches? Once again, probably a dude. Leveling.
Okay, well, so are most of the evolutions. I mean, Glaceon and Leafeon look pretty feminine, but they have the same gender ratio. Why do you hate Sylveon and not Glaceon and Leafeon? Do not hate those Pokemon, but like, it just doesn't make sense.
Rate is medium fast, which means if your Eevee has a fairy type attack, if you don't get rid of it, you wind up with this!
Well, I really want to wind up with that, and I really liked it when my Eevee surprised me by evolving into Sylveon. Like, I really love Sylveon, and like, I didn't even know what I was gonna evolve Eevee into, so yeah, I was really glad that it evolved into Sylveon, so I didn't have to make the choice of it. And I really like Sylveon, so yeah.
I know from personal experience. I would like to point the jury's attention to the Sun Pokedex entry. Quote, its ribbon-like feelers give off an aura that weakens hostility and prey, causing them to let down their guard. Then it attacks.
Gross. Okay, is that Sylveon without its ribbons? Honestly, that actually looks pretty cute. Like, but I feel like I prefer ribbon Sylveon more.
Oh man, what a sweet and wholesome Pokemon!
But wait, it gets even better! Legends Arceus told us that its ribbons are organs. What is
well...
this, a liver? You've been
Okay, well, our skin's an organ and it's outside. Like, you can't hate animals for having organs that are outside. Like, not all organs are inside of us. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense either. Like, I like your YouTube channel and your videos and stuff, but your Sylveon hate just doesn't make sense.
lying to me this whole time? I'm gonna eat your family.
Okay, so, honestly, don't get me wrong, I don't hate this guy. And he can hate Sylveon all he wants, I just don't get why he hates it, really. But, like, hate Sylveon all you want. Like, I'm not the person to control your opinions, but Sylveon's an amazing Pokemon, and I think you should know that. So, apparently, there's one of the free designs of Sylveon. So, let's watch this one.
Sylveon is still a problem, but 10 million views later, I finally redesigned it. Behold, the new and improved Sylveon. I gave it a little, like, maid thing on
Wait,
its...
what? That's literally Shiny Sylveon. Shiny Sylveon's blue. Shiny Sylveon has pink eyes, but... Yeah, but you literally just made Shiny Sylveon. If you don't like regular Sylveon, catch a shiny Eevee, evolve it into Sylveon, and then you like it.
Its head. Don't ask me why the back legs are blue.
Okay, let me read this comment. Man, imagine showing an Eevee enough fluff to make it evolve into Sylveon and you say how you hate how it looks. Yeah.
Thing was I tried to make it match the other evolutions. I think I nailed it. I fixed its color.
Okay, I cannot see the difference between that and shiny Sylveon, except for the blue eyes.
You know, what's one more blue evolution? Feel free to screenshot.
And plus, like, we already have, like, 2 blue evolutions. We don't need another one. Like, that's like, you know how people got mad when Emboar came out, and there was already Infernape and Blaziken who were firefighting types? That's how mad people would get at Sylveon, and Sylveon does not get paid. And plus, it's a fairy type. Why are you giving a fairy type the color blue? Like, Umbreon is black because, well, it's a dark type. Vaporeon and Glaceon are ice and water types, and ice and water is blue, so it's blue. Flareon's a fire type, fire's red, so Flareon's red. And Jolteon's an electric type. Electricity is yellow, and it's yellow too. Like, it has to make sense. So, this doesn't make sense for a fairy type. I wouldn't even think that was a fairy type if it came out.
And Steel. I also gave it a Flareon's tail because Flareon has the best tail. Fight me. Seriously, like, what is this? But it's finally done.
I guess I would improve the tail, but it would look weird without that tail. But, like, you can't hate on a Pokemon for its tail. But I get that you have other reasons to hate on it.
And I have fixed Sylveon for good. But in all seriousness, thank you guys for 10 million views on that last video. I was not expecting that. Well, there's only one thing to do now. I need to show Sylveon how I fixed her. Alright, Sylveon, I've got my little, this is what I'm gonna make you.
Literally. Wait, so... Bro, just get a shiny Sylveon if you don't like Sylveon.
Look like now. Get out.
Oh. Poor that guy. Okay, let's see another one. So this is a YouTube Shorts. A lot of people are asking for Sylveon Redesign. Oh, that was loud.
Fellow trainers, here.
What? Bro, okay, what is this? What is this? What is this AI generated My Little Pony plastic low quality Barbie doll monstrosity? What is this? Like, what did you do to my poor Sylveon? It looks so freaking cute. And you ruined it. Like, bruh. Oh my goodness, I have to look at Sylveon and look at this. But let's see what he has to say about this monstrosity.
Is the redesign for Sylvia.
And what's with those eyes? Like, those eyes are just staring into my soul. And why did you give it eyelashes? But
frame was too big. Took 2 weeks for a reason.
Took 2 weeks for that. That just looks AI generated. And why is it fat? Like, okay, maybe that part is, but what did you do to my poor Sylveon? And what is that? And what is that? And oh my goodness, I'll learn about this thing later. But
Cotton candy enjoyers rejoice because we still have the cotton candy colors, so you're good.
Cotton candy. I like cotton candy, but I do not like this.
Thank you to this guy for ensuring that we all got.
Well, I did not want to see that.
Yeah, this now exists. Also, this is my hand and my legs underneath it over here. Some of you seem to think that Sylveon is the cutest Pokemon ever. Are you insane? I can think of 20 other Pokemon off the top of my head that are way cuter than Sylveon.
Like, for example...
Wait, which Sylveon does he mean? Wait, the original Sylveon or
fellow
Oh my
trainer.
God, that's
Here.
monstrosity. Okay, does he mean the original Sylveon? Super duper cute. Maybe like the first or second cutest Pokemon, or this thing. Okay. Bro, even Galarian wheezing is cuter than that. Coughing is cuter than that. Muck is cuter than that. Like, what's another ugly Pokemon? I don't know. Hisuian's Decidueye is cuter than that. Anything but that is cuter. Like, any Pokemon is cuter than that. Like, I literally named the ugliest Pokemon, and they're like cuter than that. Like, what did you do to my poor Sylveon? What did you do to this poor thing? OG Sylveon rules. Please, hopefully this doesn't become true. This thing is just a nightmare. Like, yeah. So, let's go on to the next video, and I do not want to see that again.
When it comes
And let's watch this one.
to cutest Pokemon ever, Sylveon's not even top 10. No, not even top 20. And just to prove my point, number 20, this should be obvious. We got Umbreon. Those
Umbreon's cool and edgy, but I wouldn't say it's cute, really. I mean, I haven't seen any cute moments in the anime of Umbreon. It's just edgy and cool, really.
dark red eyes and that Tron-like body make for something fierce. Until it snuggles up on your lap. Number 19, we have the rest of the evolutions except you. Number 18 is Ninetales. Ninetales.
Okay, Ninetales. I wouldn't say that Ninetales is cute, just cool, pretty much. I guess Vulpix is cute, but Ninetales just cool and pretty. Like, that's it.
It's in the name. Number 17 is Trubbish. I'm not
Trubbish, I guess it can be cute, but not as cute as
even
Sylveon.
memeing, it's adorable. Number 16 is Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff, cute, but not as cute as Sylveon.
Hug it and then serve it across the volleyball court. It's a win-win. 15 is Jolteon. Screw you, it's my list. Number
Jolteon, nah.
14, a Alolan Raichu. It likes waffles, just like Lucy. Number
Okay, Alolan Raichu is pretty cute, but not as
13,
cute as
Jolteon
Sylveon.
again. It's fast, it's cute, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Moving on. Number 12 is Glaceon, the superior ribbon Pokemon.
Glaceon's cute, but not at Sylveon level.
Number 11 is Bulbasaur. There's a reason he appears in...
Bulbasaur? I guess it's pretty cute. I mean, all starter Pokemon are cute, except for maybe Trico. Trico's not the cutest, but cool. But, yeah. I guess I like Bulbasaur. It's pretty cute, but
Detective
not as cute as
Pikachu and the
Sylveon.
others don't. Number 10 is Espeon. Look at her. Look at
Pretty much the same as Umbreon.
her. It shoots lasers from its face. I find that cute. Number 9, the PlayStation 4. Moving on.
Wait, what? Why did you include the... Okay, I guess the PlayStation 4 was just for comedy.
Number 8, Wooloo.
Wooloo... Okay, yeah, that's pretty cute, but not as cute as Sylveon.
Need I say more? Number 7 is Eevee.
Eevee... Well, I mean, Sylveon's an evolution, and technically, you pretty much called Sylveon cuter than itself, because let's take an Eevee, and maybe, like, travel to the future, and then, like, see Sylveon, but you know what, I'm not gonna explain that.
You know, I used to have one. Until it evolved into this! Get rid of those fairy-type moves, otherwise this is what you get. That's right, I'm talking about... Wait, Sylveon. Oh my gosh, Sylveon, no. Okay, the spit's going nowhere. Number 6 is Baneri. I just, like, want a plush of Baneri. It's so cute! Not you! Number 5 is Bagon. Look into his lore, you'll thank me later. Number 4 is Galarian Ponyta.
I love Galarian Ponyta, but okay, it's like second cutest Pokemon and Sylveon's first cutest Pokemon, and I would love to catch that thing.
For the life of me, I don't understand why more people don't do fan art of this thing. Easily the top 4 cutest ever. It's literally a My Little Pony, but it actually loves you. If I ever beat the courts and get back into Galar, I'm picking one of these things up.
Oh yeah, I do have one on my Sword and Shield team.
Number 3 is Trapinch. You're out of your mind if you think Sylveon is cuter than that. It's a tiny ant that becomes a dragon. Listen to how it sounds, you'll thank me later. He's saying I love you. Number 2 is Growlithe. It's a puppy, it's a tiger, it's a firecracker. Greatest puppy Pokemon to date. And the number 1 cutest Pokemon is... Last Pokemon you would ever think, so cute that I am going to buy a life-size version of it right now. It's none other than...
Well, Sylveon's still top first cutest Pokemon. Maybe Galarian Ponyta can come up there, but yeah. So that's the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. So bye, Fox Pack!